WSB.
I so appreciate your support.
I just love you, man, and I look forward to seeing you again. I'm not going to be a stranger.
Listen to his show. Absolutely, 95.5.
Tell me why, tell me why, tell me why. Why can't we live together? Tell me why.
Shelley Winter Show live, local, topical, and relevant. Want to join me? Want to come on?
I just had to find my phone. That's
all right. Eric Von Hessel left his phone. I went.
Winter, y'all. Shelley Winter.
I tried to cash app myself some money, but it didn't work. Ladies and gentlemen, it's live, local, topical, and relevant. If you hear a little fatigue in my voice, it's because I just spent the afternoon. I left very early this morning to go down to Centennial Park because I wanted to take in the FIFA fan experience. I had not been going all several weeks long since they've been here, since they've set up downtown. And I wanted to experience it at this big game, semifinal game between England and Argentina. If you haven't heard yet, England lost to Argentina 2-1. I saw it coming. I was there, not there at the game, but I was at the Fan Fest. But I saw it coming because England scored a goal and then all of a sudden decided to play defense for almost a full half. And it was, it was stupid. But anyway, Argentina won and crowd Argentina. There were many more Argentinian fans there than English fans. But it was really great to experience. But I did not want to tell you about my experience downtown as much as I want to talk about Atlanta. There's a lot of things that are said about Atlanta. When you talk about politics, when you talk about culture, when you talk about outsiders talking about Atlanta, there are a lot of negative things that people say about this city. I talked about it a couple weeks ago. There are large numbers of people. Eric Erickson does a show at the Fox called Not Safe for Radio, and I suggest you all get tickets for that. But when it comes up, but one of the things when he talks about the event, he has to tell people it's okay to come downtown because there's parking and it's right there and everything like that. But it's incredible to me every time when he does his event at Fox Theater, he's got to convince people to come into the city because it's this idea that the city is just a bunch of marauding crime, and I know where it comes from, and I know who talks about it mostly, and I know who spreads that kind of narrative here locally down the dial. But I know where it comes from, and it's sad because over 2 weeks, Atlanta showed the world what kind of city and what kind of people we have for two and a half weeks, and it was on full display. No problems, no traffic problems. This city ran like a well-oiled machine for the entirety of the time that FIFA was here for the World Cup. It really did. Now, the shutdowns of the streets to get the traffic, the people in and out of downtown, it was masterful how well this city ran this tournament while it was here in Atlanta. And when you think of Atlanta, you can see why this was one of the cities that FIFA picked. And I wish we'd have gotten the finals, but we did get the semifinals. But you could see it. I saw it for the last several weeks, but I saw it firsthand today. The police were friendly. The traffic was friendly. The workers, the volunteers, they had hundreds of volunteers in that park who were helping people. And were the prices high? Sure. I think a beer was $20 for a tall can of Michelob. Of course it's going to be high. You're locked in. Where else are you going to get a beer from if you want a beer? Were the food trucks high prices? Yeah, but I've seen those same high prices when food trucks show up to any special event. I've been out to festivals before, and food trucks buy vendor space at festivals, and their prices are high because they've got to get the money. They've got a short period of time to get the money. So the high prices was not something that necessarily pushed me away. But just to watch this well-oiled machine of City of Atlanta government partner up with an international sports authority, FIFA, and put on this event, Fan Fest, downtown. It was masterful. No problems. Nothing whatsoever. And I think Atlanta should be applauded for that. You know, I see a lot of people who talk badly about the city, about the mayor, about Blue City and Democrats and all that stuff. I'm not here to politicize this. I'm here to tell you what I saw over the last several weeks. A well-run machine of an event, a major, major event that people came from all over the world and did nothing but praise this great city. And I think we should understand that we live in a state with the city of Atlanta that brings in a bunch of revenue. Georgia doesn't bring in this Fan Fest, FIFA, Super Bowls, NCAAs. They work hand in hand. There's a group of people in the governor's office. There's a group of people in the city of Atlanta's mayor's office and the city council, and they all work together to bring these events here. And I think partisan political people need to understand that's how it works. And it's a team. It's a full partnership between the state and its city, its major city, that a lot of people come here to visit. And I think we left an imprint on many of the visitors to Atlanta's minds that this is a great city. An event was very good. And one of the things I want to praise, I watched the mayor's office had rolled out a ambassador program, a nightlife ambassador program. Now, if you're a partisan hack, you may hear that term and say another economic boondoggle, but it really wasn't. These people really operated at a high level. They're not law enforcement. They're not social workers. They were greeters. They were people who were greeting people at night while they were partying, while they were celebrating, while they were drinking, while they were dancing. These were the people that interacted with them to give them directions, to tell them where to go, to tell them where to grab an Uber, to tell them how to get on MARTA. Whatever it was, those questions that the people asked, they were there to answer it. And that was it's a pilot program that I'm hearing from insiders at the city that it's going to be rolled out and be a continuous program. Nightlife ambassadors in the city of Atlanta. Did you notice that during these several weeks, nothing happened? And before some of you say, well, I'm told that the police were told not to report the crime, which is kind of funny to me when people use that as an excuse when crime is down. They always say, oh, well, they're not reporting it. And you're like, okay, and so then give me your proof. You know, yeah, my friend who's a sergeant, who is a cousin who's in the Atlanta PD told me they're not reporting. You know, I mean, it's just ridiculous. Let's give credit where credit is due. Let's cheer for the city of Atlanta. Let's cheer for city of Atlanta government. Let's cheer for the mayor's office. Let's cheer for those law enforcement officers. Let's cheer for all of those volunteers. Let's cheer for the nightlife ambassador crew, a newly formed group of people, employees for the city of Atlanta who will be rolled out permanently. Let's cheer for that because everything went very well. And they've got fireworks tonight downtown in Centennial Olympic Park at 9 o'clock. Let's cheer for the city of Atlanta. And a lot of us dog it out. A lot of us have a lot of negative things to say to the point where you're proud to say, I'm not coming inside of 285. Well, look what you missed. You missed hundreds of thousands of people from all over the world coming into town, singing their country songs, singing their own songs. I just watched thousands of people sing Sweet Caroline at the FIFA Fanfest, and I thought to myself, nothing brings people together better than music in the city of Atlanta. It's the Shelley Winter Show, 448-720-0750, 1-800-WSB-TALK. We will be right back. When I come back, I've got to read a meme to you. I'm not really one to talk about memes as topics and segments, but this one really was, I thought, not only clever, but really thought-provoking. That's next on the Shelley Winter Show.